6A girls, we got, a really interesting matchup. Not your norm, right? We're used to seeing North Little Rock. We're used to seeing Conway and Cabot. We're used to seeing those teams. We're not used to seeing Springdale Har-Ber. We got a really interesting matchup. With North Little Rock and Har-Ber. And we talked about Har-Ber a little bit with those twins and with Sanaya, who just she can take over a game by herself. How does Coach Fimple and North Little Rock slow down those Campbell twins and Sanaya Coachman?
They played each other during the holidays out in Texas. North Little Rock actually won that game, I think, by 14. So whatever they did in that game, they're probably going to try to duplicate. But both of those teams are much different, I think, since that game. Both of them have gotten better. I think that may be the last time Har-Ber even lost a game. I had to go back and look. But I watched both these teams win the state tournament. And the thing about Har-Ber, their entire starting five will be back next year. So, this won't be a 1-year thing with them. The Campbell twins, I talked to Coach Jenkins about this after the semifinal game. They're just as good offensively as they are defensively, and vice versa. I think those young ladies would much rather almost come up with steals as opposed to they're getting buckets a lot of time, because they defend so well. And Sanaya, the quarterfinal game is Conway. She was in foul trouble most of the game. I think she had maybe 9 points in that game, but she didn't play. She may have played 14, 15 minutes. But with her out of the lineup so much, that Campbell twins, Madison came in and was knocking down shots. McKinley's being a pest defensively, knocking down shots. Davenport was hitting threes, man. Their starting five is so good, and they play well together. North Little Rock, the thing that I think stands out about them, they don't have that quote unquote household name.
You're right. I think memory serves me correctly. I think they've had like 8 different players lead them in scoring or something like that.
They don't have that one, player that everyone knows and just assumes things. They get it done collectively, and they're fun to watch because their backcourt is good, but the thing that stands out, their size on the front court. They're tall,
tall and long,
man, and
they can bring some size off the bench.
They've got a 9th grader in college that's going to be a monster before she's done in high school. Which is why this is going to be a matchup of styles. Both of them can get up and down the floor for sure. But there's not a team in Arkansas I think they can match up with the size North Little Rock has. So it's going to be interesting to see, how that works with this matchup again, rematch rather with Har-Ber, and how they choose to defend that as opposed to what other teams have done, and then vice versa. You're not going to.
You're right. I think you're right, because I've seen North Little Rock play several games this year, and it seems like Coach Fimple, it just depends on who they're playing. All right, you want to run? Okay, let's run.
You run
half court. All right, I'll play half court.
Yeah, half court. Exactly.
You press me, I'll beat you.
Man,
I'll press you.
It
seems like Coach Fimple can do anything with this team.
With his team, man. And again, it was a moment where he had 3 6-foot-plus players out on the floor at the same time, and I'm like, man, how do you defend that? You don't really see that a lot in Arkansas anyway. Now you'll see a lot of that with a lot of the prep teams out of state or some of the bigger name schools or whatever, but you don't see that often, with teams in Arkansas, and that's what to me stands out about that group, But again, they're unselfish. 6, 7 kids probably average 7, 8 points a game with them, right. And they defend well. And Har-Ber had probably one of the best first halves I've seen of a team this year against being Midwest in the semifinals. Man, they were hitting just about everything, getting rebounds, running the floor, defending. I think Coachman had about 18 in the first half.
You're right. They couldn't have executed a game plan any better.
It was
that Bentonville West team is good.
Good, really good, man. Yeah,
they did whatever they wanted to do.
Literally, man. It was literally a sight, and I'm like, wow, So this is gonna be a tough one, man, to even pinpoint a winner. Talk about toss up. This is definitely one. I don't think the 14-point spread that North Little Rock got in the first game will be like that this time.
Well, speaking of, in the 6A Girls Championship game, you got if
you had to twist my arm, I've got to go with North Little Rock. This is the first time Har-Ber's ever been in the state final. Me and Coach Jenkins was talking a little bit about that, because they played before North Little Rock and Northside played. And she mentioned that, this is her girl's first time getting there. Mm-hmm. Regardless of who they were playing, whether it was Northside or North Little Rock, those teams are used to being at this stage. So Coach Fimple, a lot of those players haven't been there, but I guarantee he's gonna, let them know, look, this is nothing new for us. Been there, done that. Let's go get it done, regardless. So I think they're gonna be ready to come out and play well. But again, this Har-Ber team, I'm sure that Coach Jenkins may not tell them about, mention anything about revenge or payback, but I guarantee it's in the back of their minds, when
sure.
they buzzer in it, man. So this is more of a toss-up to me than any other ones that we've talked about. But I think if North Little Rock imposes his will inside, Mia Hopkins and Marley Adebayo and call off the bench, if they come out and dominate on the interior, I like their chances. But if not, and Northside did a good job of trying to deny those ladies the ball. They set in the zone and did a really good job. North Little Rock found some creases occasionally to get inside.
They did, and like I said, Mia found a few spaces, and then of course I left Katie Temple open.
Yeah,
just another player they got.
Right.
She hit some pretty big threes, but
this is going to be a really good one, man. I've been knowing again Coach Jenkins for a long time, man, and this group is really, really good, man. If they have success keeping the Little Rock off the glass and not allowing their bigs to get off, because Sanaya's going to do what she does.
Sure.
There's no one on our side that's going to stop her from getting to the rim, and she can step out and hit the three as well. And if she's on, and then the Campbell sisters are going to do what they do, it's just going to be a really, really good game. But again, if I had to just pick someone, that would be probably North Little Rock.
I think that one's going to come down to two things.
Mm-hmm.
Will Har-Ber come out and play well in the first 45 minutes of the game, and not be, this is our first time in Hot Springs, not be enamored with the depth perception that we've already talked about, not be enamored with the massive, crowd.
Right.
And can they keep North Little Rock from just absolutely dominating the glass? Because if North Little Rock limits Har-Ber to one and done on the offensive side, and then if North Little Rock dominates the offensive glass, it could be a long night. But for me, those are the two keys for Har-Ber. Come out strong and just don't let North Little Rock dominate the glass.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. And I think again, Northside did a really, really good job of playing hard and trying to deny North Little Rock's bigs from just getting off. They forced a lot of. It made it tough for them, but eventually I think they kind of wore them down a little bit, that depth. But like I said, like you mentioned, I think if Har-Ber can come out and play well early and just hold their own, really, inside, they've got just as good shot as anybody, man. We'll see.